Mr. Morch makes a robotic chicken coop, written and illustrated by the Green.Griffins. Just like all good engineering stories, this story started with a problem. A big problem. Mr. Morch wanted to go on vacation, but who was going to feed his chickens? Mr. Morch knew he could come up with a solution. He was an engineer. He thought about the problem. He thought about the engineering process. He grabbed his tools and got to work. He drew and planned and tested. Then he did it again. He kept designing and trying until finally, success! He made the best chicken coop ever. The chickens were very happy. And Mr. Morch was happy too. Mr. Morch is a retired engineer and mentor to First Tech Challenge Team 10092 Green.Griffins. He received a BEE, Bachelor's of Electrical Engineering, from the Georgia Institute of Technology. He worked on many projects during his career, including cellular-based stations that allowed cell phones to connect to each other and the internet, high-speed wireless communications, flying military drones, port automation to allow container ships to load and unload faster, streaming video to cell phones, and most recently automated fare payment systems for public transit, allowing people to tap their phone to ride the bus, for example. He worked as a field engineer for Qualcomm. This job required him to travel all over the world while becoming an expert in installing, troubleshooting, and fixing complex cell phone equipment. He has also been a systems engineer for Qualcomm, General Atomics, and ABB. That role allowed him to look at all the connections and functions of the product and make sure they all work together. More recently, he has been a product manager for Cubic Transportation Systems, which is one of the most fun roles of his career. As a product manager, his job was to talk to customers, potential customers, and users, and understand their problems and needs, and make sure they were building products that the world wanted. His solar-powered automated chicken coop was the real-life inspiration for this story. It is designed to automatically open and close the chicken food container at sunrise and sunset, using a microcontroller and a linear actuator, a motor that pushes and pulls instead of spins. It can be monitored from your cell phone. When not checking on his chickens or coming up with creative solutions to problems, he can be found mentoring and inspiring future engineers through First Robotics.